Hey Muscle and Strength, IFBB Pro, Martin Fitzwater here at Precision Fitness, and we're about to show y'all how to get some big legs. But first, we got a pre-workout to make up. So I got my company RYSE here with me. You guys already know, we have all the flavor collabs, the best in the business. This one's my favorite right here, the cherry ring pop. So I'm gonna do a scoop of this, which is about 400 milligrams of caffeine to get me lit for leg day. And then I'm gonna be taking 4 pump casts to make sure that the pump is extra juicy in the legs. I'm also gonna be mixing up an intra. So with that, I'll be doing a scoop, 10 grams of glutamine, which helps with stomach lining and absorption of amino acids. And then I'm gonna be taking 3 scoops of amino acids here to make sure that I get 6 grams of leucine. So that's gonna help with muscle protein synthesis and making sure that I recover throughout my workout. Figure we better rock it out with Mount Rushmore. So it has the Kings of Horror on here. And that's my mentality going into this. Michael Myers style, no emotion, just kill. So I'm gonna be doing quads mostly focused today and adductor focused with a slight bit of hamstring. So the main thing here, get my quads and my knees warm. I like this isolate thing with this leg extension here. So the leg extension really isolates the quads. I can focus in, dial and get that mind to muscle connection right. This is a time to really get warmed up and not really a time to go psycho. We'll get a couple good sets going warm, and then we'll do a top set where we really get after it. So a cue that I like to use for people on this to really get a better connection with your quads is, instead of thinking about repping it up and squeezing the quad, it kind of makes the knees hurt. If you think about kicking towards the wall, kicking a soccer ball and kicking out, your body's more used to that body mechanics, and it will make your quad work in a better way that you feel it a little better, also without less knee pain. So try that next time. Movement number 2. So we're gonna be doing a hamstring movement. This is my only hamstring movement of the day. So I'm gonna get these things warm and do a top set here. Very similar to the leg extension. Before you get into those really heavy movements, making sure getting everything warm is really, really important, because you want everything to be working, gliding, and being smooth, and not have any janky stuff, because that's how you end up getting hurt. So. Now it's time to get into the real movement. Start with some hack squat here. Really beat these legs up good before we go into something where the low back can rest. But this is more of a full body, all out compound, if you will. So this is something that I've been able to find good connection with and had a hard time explaining to you guys on what you need to do. So I say, versus moving your feet in all different positions, which sometimes ends up giving you a boatload of knee pain because you're putting the joint at a strained strain point in the movement. So versus doing that, find where you can push through your feet. Go shoulder width apart where it's most comfortable on your knees, and start focusing on, if I push through the outsides of my feet, where do I feel it in my quads? If I push through only my heels, where do I feel it in my legs? If I push through only my toes, where do I feel it in my legs? As you build that connection, you're gonna find what works best for you and targeting what you want to in your quads. Yeah, I mean, I already knew this was probably gonna be too light for all out set, but definitely wanna get your central nervous system ready for heavy weight, so you can't go from 4 plates to 8 plates. Gotta slowly increment up. So touch this, but don't really completely fry myself out by going like getting 15 with it like I probably could, but save a little bit of gas for this next set that I'm gonna do here.
Good. There you go.
All right, so that's how you do a set. I'm gonna lay down here for a second. Now I'm gonna do a back off set here. Really focus on some detail work like I was talking about. So I'm gonna cut the weight in half, and I'm gonna really focus on, maybe even a little less than half even. And I'm gonna really focus on keeping the weight in the hip flexors, pausing in the bottom, and then exploding out. So I'm gonna do a 3-second hold in the bottom and just get as many reps as I can. Number 4, we got some leg press. This is one of my favorites. It's a pendulum leg press, and it's really gonna be super quad focused, and I'll be doing really slow and controlled reps here. So after going heavy there, now we go right back into it and hammer these quads some more. What I like to think about here is when I'm locked out, you can feel that all the weight is kind of pressing down and into your hips. You don't have to stabilize anything. There's no core stabilization or anything. So it's an easy one to really focus on, like what I was saying with the hack squat on that back off set, really loading the hip flexors and slowly coming down and making sure you're feeling everything in those quads. So as you notice, like in that set, it's very slow and controlled. I'm almost pausing in the bottom and then exploding out. So that's kind of what I mean about making sure you're loading those hip flexors, feeling everything, and then exploding out versus just powering through it and kicking it off you. quad focus with really a focus in stabilization of everything else. Here, by not trying to put a lot of focus on the arms, but really trying to focus on hips and going down slow, you're getting hamstring, you're getting a lot of adductor, and then you're getting quads as you explode out. All things that I really want to work on and improve, especially the adductors, which I feel a lot in this. No top set, no psycho set here, but really just more working and getting those muscles firing, as well as damage them up here as we're slowly starting to finish up this session. Yep. I only jumped up a plate, and it literally felt like I jumped up like 5 plates. So we'll stay right there, get another set or 2 at 10. That'll really do the damage. Movement number 6, we got some adductors. So the hard work is done, but now the finer details and the details that most people skip or forget are what we're gonna work on. So you want really, really big legs, you need big adductors. That's about 1/3 of your leg. If you don't feel like you fought Mike Tyson after legs, I think you're doing something wrong. My favorite feeling in the world is this feeling that I have right now, where my stomach's a bit queasy. I kind of want to throw up. My legs feel like they're about to explode from the pump, and my knees feel weak like a baby deer. All that is a perfect combination for knowing you kicked your own ass and you got better today. Yep. 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 Last but not least, we got some calves. So, not much to it. Calves are pretty simple. Big stretch, big contraction. Make them feel like there's battery acid pumping through them, as Hunter Labrada says. Really, you just have to kill your calves. You've been walking on them since you were a baby, and they get a lot of damage. So to make them grow, you gotta get even more damage. Last little tip here, guys. A lot of people, when they do these, as they get going here, they start leaning back and start pulling the weight with them. You're not really getting much calf action. Try to keep all your weight over the top of your shins and drive up into your chest. So I try to think about sitting over my knees, keeping my chest almost right over my knees, and driving my knees to my chest. That really gets a good contraction in the calf, as well as not letting the weight come backwards. You're using momentum to get it up versus making the muscle work. There you have it, muscle and strength. Killer leg day for y'all at Precision Fitness. So we killed it. Heavy compounds, detail work, kind of the whole shebang. Give you guys an overview of my training. If you want more tips, tricks, and sessions like this, go follow my channel. I have a lot more sessions like this, so follow along.